Hello everyone, welcome back to IT Industry Tutorials. So in this video we are going to cover about Apache JMeter. So in this video the things about JMeter which we are going to cover is like what is JMeter, how to download JMeter, and after that we will open the JMeter and start creating a test plan in it. In that test plan we will add some thread groups, sampler, listener, and after that we will run the script and will validate the response. So just stay tuned. First of all, subscribe the channel, like the video, and share as much as you can. And let's start. Yeah. So first of all, what is JMeter? So JMeter, Apache JMeter. Apache JMeter is an application. It is an open source software, and it is used for load test functionality. As we can check it here as well, that Apache JMeter application is an open source software, 100% pure Java application. It is a pure Java application designed to load, test functional behavior and measure performance. So basically the JMeter is used for load and performance testing. So it was originally designed for testing web application but has since expanded to other test functions. So there are different test functions now, like this. So here we can check that the various functions that are now included in a JMeter. So as it is mentioned here, it was originally designed for testing web applications to check the performance of these web applications, and now there are multiple functionalities got included in that, and we can create a script and all the things which we can do here. But from the basic perspective, if I'm talking about, so simply we can use it for the performance testing. So let me just show you from where you can download this video or download this JMeter. Okay, so just open Google and write it here, download JMeter. Click on the first link. Okay, so you will reach to this page, download JMeter, and just choose the zip format from binary, this one. Click on it and it will start downloading the JMeter. Okay, after completion of download, just save it somewhere in a folder and extract it. Okay, so as I have downloaded it here and extracted here. Okay, so now how to open a JMeter. So after opening this, after extracting it here in bin, okay, so you can click on Apache JMeter.jar. As we can see here, it is completely in Java. So here we are dealing with jars. Okay, it is 100% pure Java application. Okay, so here we are dealing with jar. So just double click on Apache JMeter jar to launch the JMeter. Okay, so I have just launched it here. Here it is. Okay, so this is the basic thing. After opening JMeter, which will you get, the test plan is here by default. If even if you are going to add some things there, and you can create according to that and check the performance. So here I am going to check the performance of, for which side we'll check the performance. So we'll check it for, okay, Postman. Okay, so it's just a random site, guys. You can check it for any other site as well. So I am looking to check it for Postman. Okay, so just copy it here. Okay, so we have a test plan here. Now we need to create a thread. So there are multiple things first of all in JMeter. So just right click here, add, and you can see multiple things here: thread, config element, listener, timer, preprocessor, postprocessor, assertions, test fragments, non-test elements. So if I'll go through each and every one, everything from here, that will going to be really confusing for you. So I will start from the basic and I will just create a thread here. Okay, just right click here on a test plan again, add thread. Which thread group? Okay, so here we are going to create a thread group. So in a thread group here we'll see a number of options. So name of a thread group, okay, test thread group. Okay, so now if the comment something we want to add here, actions to be taken after a sampler error. So if there is an error, okay, while running a thread, then what will it going to do? It will continue the test, start next thread loop, stop the thread, stop the test, or stop the test now. Okay, so there are number of options and we are going to choose the continue option. It means that the continue option means that if even if there is a failure, it won't stop the test and it will continue to process. Number of threads. So here the thread means the number of user with the help of which we are going to attack on that website to check the performance. So I'm going to choose 10 users here. Ramp up period. Ramp up period is used to check. So let me just show you guys here. Ramp up period in seconds. So basically the ramp up period tells how much time, how long the ramp up time it will take to run the full number of threads. Okay, so here it is the definition of the ramp up. So here we are going to make it default, whatever it is 1 second. So we are going to make it. So loop count. So what is loop count here? So loop count is basically to how many times this 10 thread will going to run. So if we will write it 1, it means it will run 1 time. 2, 2 times. So 2 times 10 thread means so they will going to be run for 20 times. Okay, so let me choose it 1 here. Okay, for initial purpose. In this thread group, I need to add a sampler. So what is a sampler basically? Sampler is basically a different kind of request with the help of which we are going to hit that server. So here we are going to select HTTP request. Okay, here this is my basic HTTP request. Here we can name it like the test HTTP request. To specify, we can make the comments here. So the protocol. So what is the protocol here? The one which we are going to get from here. Okay, it is HTTPS. So how we can write it here? So HTTPS is our protocol. So just write it here as HTTPS. And what is the server name here? It is postman.com. Okay, so even if there is a path, then we are going to enter that as well. This is a get request, so we can choose a request here as well. We can use post, head, put, multiple requests. Okay, and there are different options as well. In advanced, if I'm talking about, so here we can add host name, we can add proxy server, port name, yeah, and different kind of things. So I'm just going with the basic one. I'm going to add just protocol HTTPS, server name, port name is number is blank, HTTP request is get, and path is nothing else. Okay, so if I am going to click on this sign in page, and if there is a path, there change in path happen, so that is what I will going to add here. But in this case, as I am only hitting on this postman page, the first page, so I am not going to use anything for path. Now in this HTTP request, how we are going to gather the results? We can gather a result in a listener. So that is why we are going to add a listener here. So there are different type of listeners. So we are going to choose view results tree. So here we are going to get the result in a tree shape. So now this is a sample script for us. So what this script will going to do, this will going to run the thread for 10 users on website. Which site? On a postman.com. Okay, the path is not specified, it means that it will going to be there only. So now just run it. So this is a button to run. So just need to save a test plan before run. It will going to show this. Click on yes and just store it somewhere. I will going to store it here. Okay, and just run it. Okay, okay, so the green means it successfully ran the result, and this means it is successful. Successful means that the test case is pass, the performance is good. How we can see it here? By clicking on the test HTTP request. Now if we are going to click on this, each HTTP request have different number of things. Okay, different number of load time, different number of contact time, latency, and all the kind of stuff. This is what our request, okay, for this particular HTTP request, for this particular thread, the test HTTP request, okay, the first one, and this is the corresponding response which we are going to get for this one. So the response here is nothing but it is a source code of this page only. Okay, so it means that it clearly shows that it successfully hit this page and it doesn't find out any errors. So if I'm going to check response header here as well, it will going to show me all the details. Okay, so if here we can see that there are multiples tests. So here they are 10 tests, if we can say. Okay, now if I am going to use loop as 2, so it was 1 and it ran for ran for 10 threads. Now I am going to create I am going to use loop count as 2. I have incremented it as incremented it by 1, so it means that it will going to run for 20 threads. Okay, so it will going to hit for 20 users. So let me just clear the result here. Okay, it is now clear. Let me just rerun it and I will show it to you. Okay, so here you can see it ran for 20 different threads. For those 10 users, number of threads, it ran for 2 times. So that is why we have 20 threads here. Okay, so how we can see it here? From thread name, the test thread group 18. Okay, 110. So these are the different, you know, for the first loop it will going to show us, and this is for the second loop. Okay, so the sample count is 1 here for this particular thread, but total of here now there are 20 threads. So this is what we are getting. So this is the request for each and every thread, and this is the corresponding response for that thread. So now let me just create an assertion here, add assertion. Okay, so if we are getting, okay, so what is assertion now here? So the assertion is basically a thing with the help of which we can verify that if the test of over get pass or not, and it will go the requirement or not. The requirement in the sense that it will get the response which we require or not. So now for that I'm going to add a assertion here. So I'm going to add response assertion here. Okay, so let me use, so this is basically when you're going to create a assertion, it will going to check this. Okay, so the assertion will going to be equal to 200. So 200 means okay. So if we are going to click here, so I will consider it as a response code. So the response code we will get as a 200. So let's just run it. First of all, clear it and just run it. I will check if we are going to get a response code as a 200. So yes, we are getting a response code as a 200 here. Here you can see HTTP 200 OK. Okay, so this means that it is passing the assertion as well. So if we are going to use 201 instead of 200 and just try to rerun it after clear all the results. So in this case it will fail. Why it is failing that? So here we have added insertion and we expected it to be 201, but here we are getting it as a 200. That is why it is failing here, the assertion. So the assertion is basically to check that if the thing which we are verifying is correct or not. So just 200, we'll check it again, just clear it, just rerun it here, and here it is again. It is fine now. Okay, so this is the sample request, this is the response data. Okay, so there are multiple things with the help of which you can check in this tree as well, the tree which you can view like this as well, like JSON part tester, like regular expression. Okay, so there are different things which you can explore here. Okay guys, so this is the basic thing, basic concept about Apache JMeter, which we are using to test the performance testing. So this is completely for performance testing. Okay guys, so in next video, in upcoming videos, I am going to expand this thing and I am going to let you know more about the JMeter, and we're going to let you know about the uh, get request, post, put, delete. So these are the basic HTTP request which we are going to use. Get, so get is what we have seen today. So in next video, upcoming video, we are going to check for post, put and delete, and after that we're going to check about the different things in that thread group. Okay guys, so just stay tuned, just like the video, subscribe the channel and share as much as you can. Thank you so much guys. Bye bye.